in a table. What I said, the first purpose of alter command is simply to add a new field in a table. Now let's see how to add a new field in a table that already existing one. Command will be alter table, and suppose your table name is a student in which you want to add a new field. So alter table student, then you have to write add. Since we are going to add a new field, then the field name, suppose a facts field you want to insert as a new field in your table student, and facts is of course integer kind because it's a facts number, or you may keep as in varchar also. And that's all, semicolon. This command will add a new field called facts in your table student with the integer data type. I hope it's okay. So first flavor of the alter you have seen, it is used to add a new field in a table. Second, it is also used to modify data type of any field or any existing field. So second point or second work or function of the alter command is it also helps us to modify. It means the field already exists with some data type that you had mentioned at the time of creation of the table, and now you want to change it due to some reason. So command will be alter table name, and here in this example it is a student. And suppose this facts that I just added in my previous alter command, I want to change this int into the varchar. So I'll just write modify. Since I'm trying to modify, so command is modify, alter table name modify. Then the what field you want to modify, that name, that is the facts, and what data type you want to give now, so varchar. So simply say varchar, and then of course varchar, take the side, put the side, and semicolon. So this command of alter will modify the data type of the facts which was integer kind early into the varchar. Now third purpose or third flavor of the alter is it is also used to change the name of old field or existing field with new data type. Let's see the command. For this purpose, we'll use the alter table name. This is of course a student, and then now since you want to change, so simply command is change. Then the old field name, suppose facts. Now you want to say the facts number. This is a new field name you want to assign. This was the old name of the same field, facts. So facts as facts number, and then data type varchar 15. As you can see, earlier I mentioned the 30 size of the same facts. Now in this case, the facts field name will change with the facts number, and the varchar data type, it is same but size will change. Earlier it was 30, now it will be 50. Now the fourth purpose or flavor of the alter command, I am rubbing it, and I'll write here the fourth and fifth purpose of the alter command. Now fourth purpose or fourth flavor of the alter is it also used to add any constraint in a table. Let's see how to add a constraint in an existing table. Command will be alter table name. Suppose I want to add a primary key on field admission number by the help of alter command. So alter table string, then add primary key. Primary key is a two word. Write separately primary space key and then put the field name that you want to make as a primary, that is admission number. This command will simply create a constant primary key on the field admission number on table or in a table student. So this was the fourth purpose of the alter command, and fifth and the last. It is also used to drop any field from table or any constraint. Let's see how to delete a column permanently from a table by the help of alter command. So alter table name is of course a student, and I want to delete the fact that I lastly added into this table. So alter table string, then we have to say drop column name, that is facts. This is the one way. Second way, you can write alter table name and then drop simply the column you want to drop, that is the facts. Now both will do the same thing. It will delete the facts field from the table called student. It's up to you. Either you want to write like this or you want to write like this, but the impact will be the same. And the last is how to drop a constraint from the table. Simply say alter table name and then drop. You may write the constraint type, that is a primary key. Alter table string drop primary key will simply delete the primary key constraint that you applied early on any field. It will delete it. Or you may write alter table name and then drop constraint name. Whatever you gave during the designing of that or adding of that constraint. So both will work. Simply you can mention the constraint like the primary or unique or default, or otherwise you may use the drop constraint name, that is the internal name you had given for that constraint. So this was alter command. Now drop command. Let me to rub it. Now this drop command is used to drop any object from database. Like it may be table itself or a database that you want to delete. For this purpose, the command can be used. Simply drop table name, whatever table you want to delete. You just mention that and put the semicolon. It will delete the table permanently from the database. We hardly again delete the database because database having the many tables and database can be used by the others also. That's why we hardly again. But you may delete the database also, you may delete the table also. If you want to delete the database, then you can say drop database name. If you want to delete the table, you may say drop table name. Now the last topic of today's session is joining. Now joining is a feature or is a SQL statement which help us to retrieve the data, fetch the data, extract the data from more than one table. Since it's a joining, and join word means to combine. So if you want to take the data, if you want to display the data which are based on more than one table, then joining in MySQL can help you to do the same. Now for joining, there are some again conditions which are supposed to be followed. First is the table from where you want to take the data must having some common field. That common field must have a same data type and the name. So if you have a more than one table in a same database, and if they are joined on the basis of a common field by the help of a foreign key, then only the joining statement will work. Now the questions may be there in your examination from this chapter. Some SQL statement will be there which are based on joining, and you have to write the output of that. First see how to write the joining statement or query in MySQL. Suppose we have a two table, a student and marks. Now as you can see, the student is a master table and marks is a supplementary table or secondary table where the marks about a particular students are stored. And in a student table we have all details of that student like admission number, name, class, section, father's name, mother's name, address, phone, etc. In the marks we have simply the admission number and the marks of a child of a particular exam. Now admission number is here also because it's a student table and every student must have admission number of integer kind. Here it is also integer kind and both are linked. It means in a student table you made this admission number as an PK, that is a primary key, and here it is an FK, that is a foreign key. I hope this primary key and foreign key you must be knowing or it's known to you. So once you made a student table with admission number as a primary key, after that you create a marks table with the admission number, with the same data type, same name as in foreign.